Hello, friends, and welcome back. Today we are changing it up. We are doing a video podcast. So if you are listening to this as an audio and you're curious to see what it would look like video, then check it out. It feels really good to sit down and chat. It's a beautiful day. It's actually one of the first sunny days that we've had in what feels like over a month. I am definitely solar powered. The sun gives me energy, and its absence was a big factor in my decision to leave the East Coast. So when we have these stretches of long, gloomy days, it just reminds me how grateful I am for the days when it is sunny. But yeah, when I lived in New York City, let's just say the cold, gloomy winter months were not great for my seasonal depression. After about 6 years in New York, we packed up and moved to Austin, eventually bought a house, and haven't looked back since. And now we are in our second house just outside of the city where we get a lot more space, and we're expecting our little baby girl in literally 2 months. So time is moving very fast. It's very wild. You'll have to excuse me if I sound out of breath at any point during this episode because I am now 32 weeks pregnant, and for some reason I get winded when I talk. So that's where we're at right now. I don't know if it's the pregnancy hormones, but I have been feeling very nostalgic lately. This entire pregnancy, I've been quite introspective as someone who has struggled with anxiety for years and years. These past 7 months, I've been the most calm and collected version of myself, which has really surprised me. And I've heard it go both ways. Pregnancy can either heighten these anxieties or do the complete opposite. So with that, it's led me to have these deeper thoughts. I've been taking more trips down memory lane, and ultimately it brought me to today's topic, which is all about taking it slow in the digital fast lane. So let's back up. Just the other day, I stumbled upon some really old, embarrassing videos on my Facebook, and it was a vlog that I made in college on a glitchy flip cam, if you remember those. I was documenting a trip to New York City with my college friends. I was a fashion design major. We all had our sights on living in New York City and wanted to eventually live there one day. So we were on the subway singing Broadway show tunes like Sweeney Todd, and it was probably very annoying for anyone sitting near us, but it was also very wholesome to watch back. Just that pure joy, not a care in the world of what anyone thought. It was wholesome. This nostalgic trip led me down a rabbit hole of watching a bunch of my other old vlogs on YouTube, from our move to New York City to Austin to Andrew and I buying our first car together. I can't tell you how sweet it was to rewatch these vlogs. I'm truly so glad that I documented these major milestones in my life. While, of course, it's a part of my job now and it's what keeps my channel going, but at the heart of it all, I have a genuine joy of creating and capturing. So these vlogs are like my modern day home movies. And I feel like it's not just me, but so many of us are craving these simpler, more nostalgic times. I mean, it's only natural because our society is moving full speed ahead in this digital universe with AI, Web3, virtual reality. Technology is moving lightning fast. I can't even imagine how my parents feel because even I'm struggling to keep up and I'm in this world. We went from landline phones to big and chunky computers, and us millennials are the last generation to be there for those simpler times before cell phones and social media. So we are in this interesting spot. But it feels like even in the last 5 years, things have progressed even faster, which I think is why I just have been craving so many nostalgic things. If you saw Apple's new iPad Pro commercial, maybe you heard about the backlash. If not, you can Google it. It's called the Crush commercial, and it shows various nostalgic items like a piano, a record player, paint, and just other creative tools being crushed under this hydraulic press. And in the end, the only item left was an iPad Pro, which just highlights the message that you can do all these creative things on your iPad. But a lot of people did not like it, me included. In fact, it made many of us realize how attached we are to our screens. And while I'm all for embracing technology and the incredible things it enables us to do, there is just something about this commercial that left me and many others feeling a bit icky. As a digital entrepreneur, things are constantly evolving. There's always new apps, new programs, new algorithms. I personally like to be an early adopter of these new technologies, but then on the other side of me feels like there is such an oversaturation of it that I don't even know if I want to keep up some days, but I also don't want to fall behind. It's this constant push and pull. And so I've been asking myself, what is enough? And what if taking a step back actually propels us forward? Sometimes it means that we're going to miss out. Sometimes it means we're going to grow slower in our business. And sometimes it means we just need to pause and reassess. So I have been really leaning into that. And what I've gained in return in peace, fulfillment, and joy has been actually immeasurable. All of my recent trips down memory lane have got me reminiscing about these simpler times on the internet. Remember those days circa 2015 before our feeds were flooded with reels, TikToks, the latest trending audios, the copy and paste formulas to go viral, blah, blah, blah. Much like how home videos have a certain rawness and authenticity to them, the internet once had a similar charm. As a creator, do I want to box in my creativity and tweak it to fit what's trending just for the sake of views? Do I want to add to the overwhelming influx of content? And as a consumer, what do I even want to see in my feed? I don't I don't know anymore. To be honest, so much of it looks the same. I don't really have answers to these questions, but these are just, like I said, thoughts that I've been pondering. But I know that for me, the real joy lies in the process. So the spark of these new ideas, the adventure of bringing it to life, the excitement of sharing it with the world, and the pleasure of consuming content that truly resonates with me. So, how do we navigate this digital fast lane? How do we slow down and enjoy the process of creating and consuming content without getting overwhelmed or swamped by all of it? I put together a list of 7 things that I am planning on doing to embrace some of that nostalgia and clear some of the digital clutter. So if you are feeling similar feelings to me, then hopefully this list will spark some inspiration or some new ideas. So the first thing I'm doing, the first is very tangible. I've got my eye on an old school camcorder, but it shoots in 4K. And I want to use this as my way to document all of the sweet memories that we'll have with our baby girl. And so I'm sure I'll take plenty of photos and videos on my phone, but I kind of love the idea of having a Dropbox folder of all of these memories from her first few years organized by month. And I just capture it on this camera and I drop it into my files every other month or so. I don't know if this is just an excuse to buy a new camera, but I've had my sights set on this for a while, and so I think I'm going to try it out. The second thing is to romanticize the mundane. We are inherently all creators, whether or not you share it publicly with the world. I truly believe that when we romanticize these simple, slow moments of our life, we really hold space for the present moment. And all of the other noise doesn't matter because we are living our own beautiful life. Number 3, stay curious but not consumed. It's important to stay updated with the advancements in technology. However, don't feel pressured to grasp every new trend or tool. Explore at your own pace and remember that it's okay not to be an expert in everything. It's okay to let go of some things. Use technologies as a way to enhance your creativity, not as a measure of success. Number 4, define your digital boundaries and curate your consumption. Start by deciding how often and when you engage with technology. It might mean turning off notifications or having tech-free zones at home or even dedicating entire weekends to unplugging. And when it comes to consumption, unfollow or mute accounts that don't add value to your life. Don't feel bad about it. Just mute, unsubscribe, and only follow those that inspire and uplift you or make you laugh. Whatever your MO is for social media, your feed should serve you, not drain you. Number 5, create more, consume less. Shift the balance towards creation. If you feel like consuming all this content is overwhelming you and crowding you from being clear on your own thoughts and passions, it doesn't even have to be for an audience. Like I mentioned, we're all creative in our own right. But whether it's journaling, sketching, filming, create more opportunities for activities that bring you joy, because then you'll be grounded in your own present moment rather than watching behind a screen somebody else's life. Number 6, make time for slow activities and hobbies, whether it's writing, reading a book, gardening. I'm looking at my hydroponic garden out here, and we're growing lettuce and bok choy and zucchini, and it is definitely ready to be harvested. But I find so much joy from these slower hobbies and activities that require my full attention. These are things that cannot be rushed. These hobbies help you appreciate the process and ground you in the moment. Lastly, number 7 is to reflect often. It's a constant practice to reflect on your relationship with technology, but I think it's something that we should always be asking ourselves because it's something that we're doing on a daily basis. So ask yourself, what's working? What's not? How does your tech use affect your mood and your productivity, your energy? Adjust as needed and ensure that technology is enhancing and not dictating your life. By actively choosing what to consume, when to create, how to interact with technology, we can reclaim our time and our creativity. We don't have to just be these passive participants in this digital age. Things are never going to slow down. We have to actively choose that for ourselves. We are the architects of our digital lives. So let's build something that feels true to us, leave what doesn't, and create space that allows us to take it slow in the digital fast lane. Thank you, friends, for listening and joining me in today's episode. Let's embrace the slow moments together and just find more joy in the process. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and subscribe and share it with your friends. I'll chat with you all in the next one. Bye.